Hello world, my name is Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. I have no idea what this video is going to be about. I know the first 6 seconds is where you grab people's attention, but honestly, I don't. I just felt like recording. I do want to do a little bit of self-reflection right now. A friend vlogger of mine, Love and Deb, sent me this video of this booming YouTuber, and the title of the video is "I'm blowing my YouTube channel up," and she talks about how transparency and honesty is going to help grow your audience, and I find it so ironic that she sent me that because like an hour later, my mentor, he sent me an email saying, I was looking at your numbers and they're not really doing that good. Here are some references that you can do to help grow your audience. And I was just like, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't want to. I know that I should, but I don't feel like it. And then this morning I was watching a video with Gary Vee, and he was talking to this kid, and he was saying how he's so insecure and he's cynical. And Gary Vee said, you're not insecure, you're just scared. And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm scared shitless. So, there were questions in the YouTube video, I'm blowing my channel up, that she said to ask yourself. And, that uniqueness is going to help your audience grow. But I think I know that the main goal should be to grow an audience, but also like I have a selfish side goal where it's like, I'm trying to understand why I am the way that I am. I'm trying to understand why I accept certain behaviors and why I have so much collection of rage and hatred. I was talking to my cousin last night, and it was just like curse word after curse word after curse word, and I'm like, this is not like me. This is not like me. And I'm trying to figure that out while also trying to provide value, while also trying to fix all of this. Okay, so side note, I got this natural soap. I love natural soaps. Don't sell me a course about anything. Sell me a natural soap or a lotion, and I'm gonna purchase from you. And I smell so good. I woke up this morning and I dreamt about him, and the dream was so strange though. Like, I was working at this theater camp, but I was late, and I was like, can you give me a ride? And he was like, oh, you're inconveniencing me. And I was like, sorry for inconveniencing you. Let me know if this will work, or if this relationship will work. And he got mad, and he like walked away. And then like when he turned around, his face was different. I could barely recognize him, but I knew that it was him. And then I got to the theater camp, and it was just like, it was uneventful. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, wait, did I sign up for a theater camp? But yeah, I was just bawling, crying while I was meditating, and it helped like calm me down a little bit. But then I went for a run, and then I took a shower in my nice soap. That's not the purpose. That was such a waste. That was a waste of your 60 seconds. I apologize. Back to this reflection. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start. What is the hardest thing you've ever been through in life? And let me just side note for a little bit. So you're supposed to journal this, but I don't know if you guys know me, but I hate writing. I really, really do hate writing. So that's why I chose to like talk about this out loud. So let's do that all over again. What is the hardest thing you've ever been through in life? I want to say... with my first ex, when I moved with him to a new city, and then we broke up, and I didn't know anyone. It was literally like a fuckball effect, okay? Like literally within the same month, we broke up. I lost my car. I got into a car accident. My car like obviously broke down. It was useless. I lost my cell phone. My cell phone broke. It overheated in the middle of the fucking work. And I was like, this cannot be happening right now. And then I also lost my job in that same month. So it was a fuckable event. And, it's so funny that I'm laughing at it now. But in the moment, I was like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to recover from this. And I did through YouTube. Maybe I'm giving vlogging too much credit. maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit that I did this. I was the one who recovered. I was the one who said that we're not going to give up. We're going to keep trying. We're going to try to be positive. Even though most days I just wanted to just be like, fuck it, fuck the world, fuck everything. But I tried. I fixed my mindset and I controlled it and I recovered. And I don't give myself enough credit for that. I don't pat myself on the back enough for that. Because it was more than just a breakup. It was more of just like a complete mental breakdown of everything going wrong and wondering who's going to help me. There's no knight in shining armor coming to help me. There's no cavalry coming to help me. I have to help myself. Journaling number 2. What is a problem you've had to solve for yourself or overcome? I think I kind of just answered that question. Here's a little bit of transparency that I don't really talk about often out loud on my channel. Or just, I guess, with my friends, I guess, in general. So in high school, my sister got really ill where she started having uncontrollable seizures. And then, it was kind of like there was no more being a child. It was like I had to kind of, in a way, and this is going to sound so bad, but my mom doesn't really watch, none of my family really watch my channel anyway, but I still need to be gentle with my words. And I had this realization with my cousin last night where I feel like I had to like raise myself, because my mom would be great at giving words of affirmation and stuff like that, but it's like there were some things that I wish I had a parent to go to. So, I would go to the theater, you know, which is why I guess I was so good at acting, because it was like, no, I'm not putting on a mask. I'm not being phony. This is actually real. I actually am feeling this really emotional and scared and vulnerable. And I'm also like spending my nights in a hospital, you know, like I'm being told you should feel this way. You should feel this way. But it's like, I'm trying my best, you know, like I'm still trying to get good grades in school. And I'm also trying to go to college, and I'm also working full-ish, part-time-ish, and also there's this guy that likes me, and I don't know if he's using me, and I don't know who to go to talk to about these things. So I feel like I rushed growing up, because I don't really feel like I had like teenage years. I felt like I was trying to play grown. What's the most painful thing you've ever been through? God, these fucking questions. What's the most painful thing you've ever been through? I think this current breakup right now, where I don't know, I really thought I'd spend the rest of my life with him. I went into the relationship extremely vulnerable, pouring everything I have, you know. Did I snap at times? Yeah, I definitely snapped at times. And then when we came here to my parents' house, I thought that was a sign that like, oh, we're taking our relationship to the next level. But I didn't realize that he was just here to drop me off. And he never had any intentions of us going to the next level. And so now I'm here, 30 years old, in my mom's house with $20,000 in debt. With massive anxiety and panic. And I'm like, I don't know how to deal with that. With this kind of emotion, because I've never, usually like, I'm like, I'll brush it off. You know, like I'll brush off. I'm like, okay, cool, on to the next. We're going to figure this out. But like every morning I need to remind myself why we need to get up. And sometimes I have a hard time answering that question of why should we even get up out of bed? Why should we even try? My mom is totally cool with me staying here for the rest of my life. So like, why even try to do or be better? I'm still trying to figure out that solid why. What makes you unique, different, or one of one? I'm shy, but I'm not necessarily shy. I can walk into a room, I can talk to a stranger, and yes, it makes me nervous. I get nervous just like everyone else. I just don't use that as an excuse to stop me. I don't know where this really started from, going in childhood plays at the church, or going to auditions. Like, I obviously get terrified. Or just working in a bar, you know, like, some people are always like, God, like, it gives me such anxiety talking to strangers. But I'm like, I look forward to it. I look forward to talking to people. Even now, working from home, talking to people on the phone. Yeah, I get cursed out a lot all the time. But like, every now and then, I talk to those people, and it's like, God, it's so nice talking to you. Sorry, I just had a little moment just now where I was listening to Jordan Peterson's daughter's, judge me if you want. I was listening to her podcast, and she was saying how depression, you stop seeing colors. Like, some colors lose their vibrancy. And I remember once I was having a consultation with Lily Ma, amazing human being, beautiful soul, just stunning soul. And I was telling her, and this was when I was slowly rising out of my depression the first time. I was telling her that, like, now when I see colors, green is green. Green is like bright green. And like the sky is like a kind of turquoise that I've never even noticed before. And I was just looking outside my window because we have this huge tree that has been growing since the day I was born. And I was looking at the tree, and it kind of looks gray. And it made me a little sad. But back on the subject. What makes me unique is the fact that I'm outgoing and I'm an unstoppable force. Like, I try not to make excuses and I try to always keep my word, because I just know what that feels like the next day of being disappointed in yourself. Like, I can kind of live with people being disappointed in me, but me being disappointed in myself is like the worst feeling, because it's like, I know that I can do better. I know that this is not me. I know that I claim that I'm a hardworking person, and like, I'm a woman of my word, and it's like, my disappointment in myself is way more than anything else. So okay, next one. What's one thing that people always ask you for help with? Do I know how to read? What's one thing that people always ask you for help with? People ask me relationship advice, and I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea that you ask me. But I usually people usually do come to me with relationship advice, usually in those beginning butterfly stages. And then, like, I'm just so giddy when it comes to when people first meet. I'm like, that's so exciting for you. And but I'm also kind of person where it's like, I'm honestly, I can sincerely say this, I'm never jealous of my friends. I always want the best for them. And I was talking to my friend last night, and before my class, and I was like, she's like, you have to turn that motivator off sometimes, Ashley. And I'm like, I don't think I try to turn it on. I think this is just the person who I am. I want to see my friends grow, and I want to see them do better. And it's not kind of like in a tough love, like, how bad do you want it kind of way. It's more of like, if I was fucking up, if I was doing something bad, I would want someone to tell me, you know? I would want someone to tell me the truth. And she said, well, not everyone's like you. Not everyone's strong like you. And I'm like, I'm the least strong person. At least that's the way I see myself. And that's what I need to fix about myself, though. I need to fix how I see myself, how I perceive myself. Because I perceive myself as someone who is very, very shitty. I see myself as a terrible human being. I think I'm an awful person. And, yeah. What else do people come to me with? People come to me, oh, did you see how I just closed myself off like that? That's body language right there. I closed myself off. No, we're going to be open. We're going to be open and honest. There's one thing people always ask me for help with. People ask me for help when it comes to job advice, audition advice. They ask me, can you watch this video for me? Give me any notes. And yeah. Advice for stuff like that. I guess people come to me more often than I actually give myself credit for. I just try not to give it bad advice. I just try to keep it real and be like, you know, like, just fix this here and there, but other than that, don't lose the you. This is something that the girl said in the last video. She said, don't lose the you in YouTube. This is about you bringing your full self forward. This is you telling your story. That's why it's called YouTube. And I was like, yo, that never clicked in my brain. I was today years old when I found out the name, what YouTube meant. What are some of the greatest lessons you've learned in life? I saw green, guys. I want to be cynical and say don't trust people. No. Some of the biggest lessons I've learned is that you can always begin again. Stop being so hard on yourself because everyone else is gonna do that for you. You're not broken, you're just temporarily injured, but you can always fix an injury. Trust your gut. Trust it, because it's always right. Trust it. Learn to walk away from situations that no longer serve you, because if you don't walk away, life is going to snatch it from you, and then you're going to deal with the after effects of it. People are going to remember you for your best and your worst qualities, but sometimes the best usually stand out. I ran into a high school classmate, which I was like, fuck. You know, like, I'm the kind of person where it's like, I don't want to see anyone from high school. I don't even want anyone to know that I still exist, you know? But I ran into a high school classmate, and she was like, I remember your smile. And I was like, what? Because I feel like I was very, very sad in high school. But she said, I remember your smile. I was like, wow. Maybe this is more a reflection of myself, where I think people remember me for the shitty things that I've done, the shitty things that I regret, and I don't acknowledge the fact that maybe it's something as simple as smiling at someone that they'll remember. I don't know. A little side notes, quotes for you. What do the people who care about you know you for? Let me say that again. What do the people who care about you know you for? And we do a weekly prayer. I can't fucking talk today. We do a weekly prayer with my family on Tuesday nights, and they make like little side comments and like, oh, there goes the actor in Ashley, or there goes the YouTuber Ashley, and I was like, I don't mind those titles. I don't mind those titles at all. The artist, the actor, the YouTuber, the vlogger. Yeah, I'll wear those. I'll wear those titles. I'll even wear the crazy girl if I need to. But I hate when people call women crazy, because it's like, what did you do to make her blow up like that? We're not going to go on that subject right now. We're going to focus on positivity. We're going to talk about toxic positivity one day. That's probably going to be like a 30-minute video. I was not expecting this to be a 20-minute video. If you stuck towards the end, thank you. There's no prize, but I still appreciate you. People can steal your title, but they can't be you. There are millions of YouTubers out there, billions of performers out there, but what makes me me? I think my vulnerability, my honesty about myself, my self-awareness is massive, super massive. The fact that I've had people all the time say, oh, I could never do that. And that's literally, I've heard that a lot the past 4 or 5 years. People will say, I could never do that. I could never turn on the camera and be my bro. I could never turn on the camera and cry. I could never turn on the camera and not put on makeup. And I'm just like, why not? I always ask that. Why not? Who are you auditioning for? Who are you scared is going to judge you? Who are you scared is not going to hire you? I don't know. I'm just tired of walking around scared so much. It's exhausting, and it's paranoid, and it's like, it's paralyzing walking around afraid all the time. So I'm just like, fuck it, just do it. Like Nike, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. And then there are a lot of consequences. I'm not saying that there will be consequences, there will be repercussions, but you have to be confident enough and brave enough to know that those consequences will brush off They're meant to happen for a reason. When in the video, if you watch the other video, I'm going to repeat what she said. When Oprah first started her TV show, she did the whole clickbaiting thing of, oh, who cheated on who, da 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 da. But then something shifted. And I remember one of the episodes, she was talking to I think it was a racist or a KKK member, and she challenged him. And she said, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be myself. And her audience plummeted. Her numbers dropped. And the interviewer said, well, what if this doesn't work out? And she said, it will work out. So I'm just going to keep being me. Obviously taking tips here and there, because I wrote this down. The heart makes you uncopyable. I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to copyright that. The art makes you stand out, and I'm very proud of the art that I've produced on my channel. I love doing the music videos. I love doing the makeup tutorials. I love doing the dance videos. I love it. I want to start reading my writings more often. I want to start performing monologues more often, because it's like, deep down, I am an artist. And let me finish the quote first. Sorry. The science gets you seen, and I need to work on the science part. I was talking to a friend, and I was like, us artists are perpetually sad, but we have to be. We have to be perpetually sad, because how else are we supposed to be honest? How else are we supposed to create? It's just the fact that, God, that's like the third airplane that flew by. It's just the fact that we were never taught how to leave those emotions on the stage. Some of us carry those emotions with us home, and it hurts. God. And I'm not only talking about performance on stage. I'm talking about like musicians and visual artists and photographers. You know, there's no class that's mental health for the actor or for the performer or for the artist. You know, we carry that weight with us, and it makes us sick. We carry that character with us, and sometimes we don't know how to let it go. And maybe that's something that they should offer in schools, specifically for the artists, because I know that they're teaching mental health for teens, but specifically for the band person, for the band, I was gonna say piano person, but you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean, specifically for them, being like, hey, I want to teach you how to create this bomb ass painting, but then when the painting's over, we're gonna go and we're not gonna have an unhealthy coping mechanism. We're gonna let that painting, that emotion stay with that art, and then we're gonna adopt something else. Okay, cool. Last thing I want to say, I did not mean for this to be a 20-minute video. That's not the last thing I want to say though. But what is heaven? I think about the Lana Del Rey song, "Heaven is a place where I'm with you." And I remember sometimes he'd be taking a nap, and I'd be on the couch or on the bed, and I'd look at him. I would say that to him sometimes. Heaven is a place where I'm with you. And Wim Hof, I don't know if you know who Wim Hof, the Iceman, is, but he's creating this Garden of Eden, and he says, so what can you do to help me? Realize that you are in heaven right now. You don't need to escape to it. You don't need to run to it. Where you are is heaven. And okay, thank you so much for your time, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know, maybe, I obviously went for a run. Do you see my tan line? Gosh. I didn't go outside for like 5 days intentionally, because I was like, I'm so tired of getting burnt. Also, like, with the fight classes I was taking, I was like, I need to pace myself. But I went for a run yesterday and this morning, and then now look at me. I look at my tan line. But I do think that my skin is getting better after taking that soap. We'll see the results. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you take those questions and take some time to reflect today and figure out who you are. Figure out what makes you unique. And don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't bully yourself. There's plenty of people who will bully you, but then there's also 10 times that amount of people who are on your side and who feel exactly the way that you do. Okay, now this is the last thing. I know that a lot of people were saying that they're feeling some kind of way during this isolation period, during this quarantine period, where they're missing human connection. And forgive me for sounding insensitive, but that's bullshit. It is. Because we have the internet. Join a Zoom group. Join a yoga class via Zoom. There are multiple ways. I need to stop touching my face. There are multiple ways where you can connect with other people that doesn't involve you having to leave your house. Search for that. Reach for those people. And when I first started this job, I find it so funny. I think life gave me this job for a reason, because our training was a live Zoom with like 40 different people, but I connected with like these 15 girls, and even till this day now, where we're still friends, we chat, we Zoom sometimes, and it helps me feel a lot less alone. It helps me feel like, and these girls are so badass. They're so badass. They're so tough. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with speaking up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with being a strong woman. And you're not a bitch. You're not a bitch, because if a guy said the same thing, they'd be like, cool, bro. All right, bro. Like, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to get off my soap opera box and clock into work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you take the time to answer those questions and realize how absolutely freaking amazing you are. Okay? All right? Bye. Thank you.